everybody, Jim here, and it's Thursday night here in Ogikubo, Tokyo, and I have got the night off, so I thought it might be a good time to take the camera with me tonight and just show you sort of like what a typical night off for me is like when I stay local in Ogikubo. So we're gonna go drop by a few places I like to frequent. We're gonna, I don't know, get some food, I guess. Maybe go, I'm thinking I'm gonna go to my favorite steak place here in town. And along the way, we're just gonna take in some of the scenery, because Ogikubo is a pretty cool part of town. It's not like a place that springs to mind when people think of like cool neighborhoods in Tokyo, but I don't know, it's grown on me in the roughly 2.5 years that I've been living here. The first thing we're gonna do though is the arcade. The local arcade has recently been renovated, and I want to see like what's different, because I haven't been by yet since they decided to change things up. So there it is. It used to be a Namco arcade. Now it's called Apina. I don't know what the hell Apina means, but I don't know. I'm ready to maybe go play a couple of games. Crane games, hopefully that's some fighting games and stuff. I'm just really curious to see what they've changed. So let's check it out. Alpina.
Inoue-san, さっきの取引はやめさせてもらいます。そんなことをせん。よし、ジンジン。ぽいぽい。アリナミ。
Okay. That was kind of disappointing, actually. I think that place was better off when it was a Namco place. At least then it had some, you know, Tekken. But yeah, that's really just like super typical generic game center now. There's mostly claw machines, a few I kind of like slot machines and pachinko and stuff, and then like a handful of games that are, I don't know, I guess they're kind of popular now, but it's mostly just like rhythm games and stuff, so none that I'm too interested in. But well, at least I know it's there. So right now though, I'm thinking I'm feeling pretty hungry, so I think it's steak time. So let's go get us a steak. So there's a Shinto gate here, as you can see, which I've never actually walked down here before. So tonight I figured, what the hell? Let's see where it leads. I'm gonna guess that it's gonna lead to a shrine that's gonna be closed, because that seems to be the running theme. But there are like lots of like little spots like this, like dotted around town. Stuff I've like never checked out. Someone needs to change the bulb in that lantern. It's really dark. It's really dark out here right now. It's like apartments directly next to where this path is. And yeah, she be closed, which is disappointing. I wanted to do some night shrining. Oh well. We can just appreciate it from a distance. Oh, maybe next time. I'll have to come back here during the day. Make a daytime. I'll explore the shrines and temples around here. Okay, anyway, back to what I was doing. Alright, we're coming up on my favorite place in town to get a steak. This place is called Sutekite, and it's awesome. I eat here at least once a week, and you are about to see why. That's what it's all about, people. That beef.
There's a lot of beef out here.
Was fantastic. Again, my favorite place to get a steak in Ogikubo. It's awesome. Steakite. Check it out if you're ever in town for some reason. Now that I'm all full of beef, I want to go to book off, strangely enough. So let's do that. Let's go to the nearby book off, see what they got. Okay, and here we are, coming up on Book Off Plus. Pop in here pretty frequently, at least once a week, to see what kind of new stuff they got. Hopefully some games on hand, but we'll see. Let's get inside and check it out. Local Book Off.
食事は？
あ、いいわ。
何これ？
身近な武器で勝負を決めろ。ダイナマイトデカ2絶賛発売中。
Alright. Getting started in the local book off. You know, like that, as we are taking a look at an absolute abundance of PlayStation. All you PS4 owners, book off is a great place to pick up games for that console. This isn't even a particularly, you know, large or well-stocked book off, but there you can see they got quite a lot of games. And Switch as well. So stuff that's really new, you can get at reduced prices. And then, of course, all the other stuff. Your DS, your 3DS, those things, I don't know how to explain how much of it there is and how cheap it is. So if you are, in particular, as you can see here, all these Vita games, if you are a Vita owner, 3DS, DS, these things are flying off, well, not flying off the shelves, that's the thing. They're not flying off the shelves, so there's a bajillion of them, and they're cheap. They even have a 64 here. I don't think I've ever seen one of those. I never see, like, retro consoles here. As we look at all this DS stuff, it's dirt cheap. So, yeah, just walk into any random book off if you're actually a handheld gamer. You're going to find all kinds of stuff. As we're looking at GameCube, lots of that. Biohazard 4, they're selling that for 880 yen. They're selling that for like $8, which is pretty good. It's in really good condition. We have a scant little bit of retro stuff here, but some pretty cool stuff. Mappy Kids, 1834. That's not so bad. There's 10-Yard Fight, Dragon Ball Z, this little Knight Gundam game. Not sure what that is. Crayon Shin-Chan, 900 yen. Looks like a little puzzle game or something. I like Shin-Chan. I've played like 1 or 2 Shin-Chan games. Mario USA, 1,400 yen. So that's like, what, like 13, 12 bucks. And DuckTales Complete for 4,000 yen. So that's under 40 bucks for a complete copy of DuckTales. That's pretty good, actually. And a complete copy of Rockman 4 for $22.97. So for like 20 bucks, you can get a complete copy of Rockman 4. That's pretty good. Everything else kind of slim pickings on their Dreamcast and Saturn stuff. But we've got boxed N64. We've got boxed Super Famicom. There's all kinds of stuff. There's Dragon Quest. There's Puyo Puyo. And on the 64, you can see they got Yoshi Story. There's Smash Brothers. Puyo Puyo Sun. One of the only PC Engine games they got. Kabuki Den, 232 yen. So for like $2, you can get a copy of Kabuki Den. That game is super common. And we got loose carts. They usually don't have that much in here, but today they got Castlevania, Yu Yu Hakusho, Live Alive. I've still never played that game. Yoshi's Island, 500 yen. All this stuff super cheap. And yeah, if I was collecting loose carts, I'd be going for it. 1,800 for Rockman 7. Front Mission Gun Hazard for 250 yen. That is an amazing game. I highly recommend it to people, especially it's got an English patch now. Super Butoden 2, another $2 game. Really cheap stuff. Dragon Quest 4, cheap. It's common as dirt. Any Dragon Quest game here is going to be super common. You can grab them for a couple of bucks. Honestly, you could grab complete copies for a couple of bucks. $4 for Dr. Mario. And a loose copy of Rockman 4 for 950 yen. So for like $9, you can get a loose Rockman 4. Or for 20 bucks, get a complete. Really good deal on that. As they have a scant little selection of Xbox, some Wii and Wii U. I would say this is kind of typical of book offs because they don't really focus on games so much as we're looking at these PS2 games. But you'll almost certainly always find PS4, PSP, Vita, 3DS, stuff like that. More current stuff. But retro is not really the forte of the book off. As we're looking at some cool box sets here. Guilty Gear Xrd. Or Xrd. However it's pronounced. But cool box set for that. And Sinran Kagura, another one. I keep on finding all kinds of different Senran Kagura sets everywhere. And this, Comic Party, I reviewed that game a million billion years ago. Dating sim where you also draw manga. I don't know. Kind of interesting. This is the only dating sim I could bring myself to review. And so there you go. Some PSP, some PS2, box sets, some more PS2, Wii, PSP, just all this stuff. Again, super cheap. Yakuza 4, you can pick that up for $2. Any of the Yakuza games you can get for like $2. Same thing for these Kingdom Hearts games. They're like $2 a piece on the PSP here. Birth by Sleep, super cheap. Anyway, that's my local book off, just the games. So let's get out of here. Okay, so they did actually have some kind of cool stuff in there, but nothing I was too terribly interested in personally. So no pickups tonight, but I'll probably go pick up some snacks instead, because we were heading over to Don Quijote. Probably like my last stop of the night, because Don Quijote, if you don't know, is a store that basically has everything, and they have snacks in great abundance. They have everything in great abundance, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of like a nice little cheap place. Buy everything at reduced prices, and it's pretty sweet. So if you've never seen the inside of a Don Quijote before, get ready.
おかげさまでカップヌードルはこの度誕生20周年。これからもよろしく、これからもおいしく。ごったんです。20周年記念カップヌードル限定発売。
Alright. Inside of a Don Quijote. How magical. So we take a look at some snacks. Actually, these giant tubs of snacks where they have like squid on a stick and all kinds of stuff. You see those pop up in a lot of bars, actually. They'll be at the bar. You can get a little something to go with your drink. Even some dried fish with almonds. Because, I mean, who doesn't like the sound of that? And of course, booze. Those snacks that go great with booze are positioned right next to the booze. So, yeah. Get some whiskey or some shochu, vodka, whatever you want. And pair it with these salty snacks. And there's more booze down there. That's a good thing about Don Quijote. You can get a 6-pack and all that kind of stuff. It's cheaper than what you'll find at 7-Eleven. And, yeah, well, pretty much everything is. It's kind of the appeal of Don Quijote is they have all this stuff, and it's cheap. They're kind of like the Walmart of Japan, I guess. Well, no, Seiyu is like the Walmart. What the hell is Don Quijote? Well, Don Quijote is the Don Quijote. They just have all kinds of... They have a ton of snacks and beer, and then there's a bunch of random crap. Which we'll get to the random crap, but in the meantime, look at all these delicioso snacks, man. There's umaibo, and there's candy and chips. I've tried most of this stuff. I mean, most of it's pretty good. There's the odd thing here and there that's gross, but yeah, this is usually pretty good. And like I said, those are those big packs of umaibo where you can just buy it and it's like $5 and they're like a whole bunch of umaibo in there, which I like a lot. But I only really like a certain few flavors, so I usually just get those as we look at more and more and more. All this Japanese crackers and candy and shoes. Somebody just dumped some shoes in the middle of the aisle with all the rice and other stuff in it. Okay, like little rice cakes and things like that. And somebody was like, you know what? To hell with these shoes. You can have them. And they just dumped them right there. But lots of chips and other kinds of random things. This is my go-to place when I want to stock up on some snacks, particularly if I want like some Doritos, a few varieties of umaibo, 6-pack of beer, as we look at all this variety of curries for the curry lover out there. All kinds of stuff you can make yourself at home. There's curry, there's soup, there's frozen foods, everything you need. It's right next to it's like random other stuff. Here's some Detective Conan branded surgical masks. Because why not, right? Merchandising. And ramen, Lots of instant ramen. Delicioso. Most of it pretty cheap, too. It's like 100 yen for a little thing of ramen. And directly next to the ramen, I don't know, bath products and shit. And now we go up to the second floor. Where second floor is where they keep a bunch of other stuff, like these fireworks, for example. You can go to Don Quijote, get a 6-pack and some fireworks. Awesome. But up here is where they have all the other, pretty much most of the other like non-food stuff. So as you can see, there's clothing. Get yourself some Pokemon underwear. That sounds nice. And I'll get some Pokemon underwear. I'll get some Doritos, a 6-pack. And some of this other crazy stuff we're about to see in a minute. This is obviously where those shoes came from that I found in the aisle with rice. And there's some office supplies directly next to the golf balls. And check this out. You want to get swole like Guile? You need this training tube. That's how you're going to get those sonic booms. You know, you need Guile's training tube. That's all there is to it, people. He didn't learn how to sonic boom just sitting on his ass. He had a training tube. A lot of people don't know that. Other random crap, and then Dragon Ball Z VR goggles. Directly next to the curling irons. For about $90, you can get this weird VR Capsule Corporation VR simulator thing and a rice cooker. This is the most discombobulated shop I've ever been to. So this is an average Don Quijote. It's just what the hell is half that stuff? There's a Guile training tube, a VR headset, rice cookers, curling irons. Then you come back here for the toys and costumes and things like that. Here's the thing. I gotta point this out. They're like little masks and costumes and stuff. And they're also like kids' toys and games and things back here. There's a Buddha mask if you want to be Buddha. Who wouldn't want to be Buddha? But you round the corner and there's all this sexually perverse stuff. And I realize at this point, okay, I'm in the sex toy aisle. Let me get out of here. Here's this little string divider that doesn't divide anything. And then now I'm trapped. I am trapped. The string has become caught in the zipper of my backpack. I'm scrambling to get it out. I'm trapped in the spider's web of perversion. But how is that separating these toys and games and costumes from the porno stuff? It's not. It's not at all. And look at this. Wigs. Ridiculous wigs. I got trapped in porno string for wigs. God. Oh boy. The things I do on a night off, eh? Some musical instruments. Why not? A pico hammer. You can bludgeon somebody with that all day, and they'll probably never get hurt. And then there's like party poppers and balloons. So there's birthday supplies and board games and toys directly next to the sex toys and stuff. This is just I don't know, something about the layout of the store. It leaves something to be desired. Anyway, there's more crap in here. There's fake boobs you can put on your chest. What the hell is wrong with this store? There's women's clothes, costumes, things for men. Like a man-sized schoolgirl uniform. Which, hey, why not, right? That's nice. And a whole bunch of other crazy crap on the walls. Anyway, before I do any more damage, let's get the hell out of here. Okay, so I had some especially interesting items in there that I hadn't seen before. And I got trapped in the sex toy section for a little bit. So that was fun. But it's a great place to go to get some Doritos and a 6-pack for less than you'll pay at 7-Eleven. Anyway, getting kind of tired and it's getting kind of late. And I guess that's it, people. I mean, when I stay local, it's the kind of stuff I do on my nights off. Eat steak, maybe hit the arcade and the book off, get trapped in a sex toy section of a store. I live the most exciting life. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. So also thanks for liking, commenting, subscribing, etc., etc. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the vid, and if you'd like to see more like it, and where would you like to see me go next. And until next time, take care everybody, and I'll see you then. Goodbye.